Well, hello, race fans. It's that time of year again. The annual trip to Kings Acres. Had the boys out. Had a couple guys from Vegas. Had some guys from Scottsdale up. Even had a guy from Montana. And here we're following Mitch on the back 40 single track. This dude is a AA rider, and he went much faster than me. That's the only way I can put it. Let's say much, much faster. This dude was on a Husky 300 Pro, and he made that bike sing. I've never seen anybody ride this quick before. I watched the footage, and I always try to ride the back 40 single track here at Kings Acres with as much speed and skill as possible, and I can't even come close to this dude. The guy's just magical. This is a 47-acre piece of property up in Northern California between Yosemite and Lake Tahoe, privately owned, about 4,000 foot elevation. We had primo conditions. We showed up on Thursday, and it rained. And it rained all night, and then it stopped. Friday morning, we had a spectacular ride. Saturday, we rode the back 40 all day. Actually, I take it back. Before it rained on Thursday, we rode around the back 40. And right when we got done, it started raining. And then Sunday, we did another huge ride with the local guys up in Twain Harte. Just a beautiful trip. So I started cutting in this single track on the back 40 of the property probably 7 or 8 years ago. And I grew up out here on this piece of property, and I thought, when I was a kid, I used to just run around and I'd play, whatever, war or whatever it was, throw sticks, and my buddies and I would have fun. I'd try to ride my BMX bike out there, and I just thought, man, I guess we'll just have to develop the property. And then I got a dirt bike. And then I started thinking about it, and I thought, that piece of property is perfect for single track. And I went out with my chainsaw, and I followed the deer trails, and I kind of figured out what was where and how. And over 5-6 years, I've put in 5 miles of continuous single track on the back 40. And most of it never touches. You'd never even know you were near another single track. It's so deep in the woods. And I think at this point, I'm pretty darn happy with what I've created. I still have about another 7 acres left to create. So, when you got that trail making bug in you, you get excited. And then when I have the boys over, man, it gets laid in so nice. Look at this. This is my little hill climb right here. This is super cool. This jumps up right here. Right there is that's in a mining ditch right there. That's from the gold rush. There's a gold mine underneath the property. We don't own the mineral rights, but there's a huge gold mine under the property. And there's quite a bit of, I guess you'd call it infrastructure up top. Here we go up, jump right back in the ditch again. But that ditch is well over 100 years old. It's just so cool to have that. But multiple ridge lines, multiple creeks. There's a seasonal creek. There's a spring on the property. This place just lends itself perfect to single track for dirt bikes. And when I got a 300 and I started riding, I thought, man, this is just crazy how good this is. I couldn't even believe it. It just keeps getting better and better. And as my buddies come over each year, we lay in the track better. And this time, these guys, this guy right here, Mitch, he's a AA hard enduro guy. He's raced Erzberg. He's raced Romaniacs. He was on the first line at Erzberg. So pretty damn good rider. And I showed him my 3 acres of granite and rocks, like stuff like this right here. He doesn't even see those rocks. But I had a big section, and he went out there and he looked at it, and he was like a mad scientist, and he just started jumping up on boulders, which you'll see later. This is a hot lap around a race course I put together for us. He got around this in 5 minutes and 35 seconds. It was just insane. I couldn't believe how quick he was going. The other guys took about 6 minutes and 20 seconds, and I took 7 minutes and 40 seconds or something like that to do the same thing. And I mean, he was just booking. Watch this here, though. Oh man, that was rough to watch right there. He's going so fast. I've always been so scared to do that anywhere on the track. And everything was really wet from the rain too. So the ground, though, it was complete chocolate cake with a little bit of frosting. We'll call it that. Just the super moist parts. Sometimes were just a touch slippery, just because this is springtime and all the pine needles are still there and they're decomposing. I just with pine needles and leaves and oak and all that kind of stuff. But look at this dude, he's just hauling butt. He came by me down at the bottom of the hill here, just sprayed me with gravel, and I was like, wow. It was like watching well, he is. He's one of the best riders in the world. So it's just such an honor to have him out there. But again, this is short stories. That was the racetrack. Now I've got the boys coming. That's me right there. He's following me. So this is me doing my best to go as fast as I can. And I thought I was going pretty fast on my KTM 300, but he just stays just pinned right. I mean, he's just like, it's like he's holding on you with a string. Just reeling you in and reeling you out. But I created this thing called the Valley of Doom. So at the top of part of the racetrack here, we'll peel off, and there's an old water distribution channel that has some heavy-duty erosion from about 100 years ago. So there's boulders and choke rocks inside. Here he goes down into it. And that's not the way I designed the entrance. I just slide down in. He went up one hill, the other side. I mean, it was like watching Mario Brothers or something. It was like, I couldn't believe the stuff he was doing. This choke rocket, that's 35, 40 feet straight down. I'm usually riding that at half the speed. This is pretty tough, you know. Here, a log jump into a creek, and yeah, this is gooey, slimy, and you know, I can hold my own through here, but not at these speeds, that's for sure. So, and I created this trail, like that top part, when we put it in, there were ground bees coming out, attacking us, and we got bit so many times. And luckily, right now in spring, the rattlesnakes aren't out yet, so we didn't have to worry about that. But down here, I call this part the Harte enduro extension. This is below the house on the property, and this is another, the seasonal creek. This, I mean, it's no joke. I mean, it may look easy because he's going so fast, but then we pop up here into another mining ditch right here, which is pretty cool. You're weaving through these cedar trees and going across. There's an old, we call air shaft for the mine right here. That's a 30-foot drop right there. He just went off and made it look like child's play, but couldn't believe it. So here we are. He's exiting the Valley of Doom and the Harte enduro track. And here we're going to go into Todd. That's Todd right there doing my rock garden through the wickets. You went right through the goalpost there. That's pretty tough. And this is the Harte enduro section. I showed to Mitch and Todd and Chris, who were out there. Todd is like the 50s champ for all of Arizona, and Chris is, man, he's a good rider, solid out of Montana. Anyway, I showed him this, and this is part of my, I call this my mushroom loop back here, but I said, hey, this is where you go, and he saw this, and that right there, that's 25, 30 feet straight down, and I thought, man, if I took a bike off there, I'd flip right over, hit myself on the noggin. He went down, looked around, and just cut this trail in so quick. His ability to navigate and get through the granite, and the beautiful chocolate cake dirt, and, put a line in. It was amazing. When I watched this footage, I thought, man, that's genius the way he went through. He was seeing lines I just didn't see. And then up here, this is part of my racetrack, and I had another boulder field, and I said, dude, this is a present for you. And all right, check this out. This is the line. He put in this line like 3 rides before right here. And I couldn't believe it. He just went right up the waterfall rock section. Again, like it was child's play. And the lines he was cutting in were so cool. I haven't even ridden that section yet. I only saw it on the camera. I didn't even know it was there. And then here we go. I said, hey man, I'm going back to the house. So this is Mitch chasing me out on this is my second loop I'd cut in on the property. All these loops just came in so great. There's so many beautiful rock outcroppings, and there's a full 47 acres. So there's the front 7 with the house on it, pool, cabana, views of the Central Valley, the whole deal. And then the back 40 has this just massive playground of dirt, oaks and cedars and pines and sugar pines. And it's just incredible. And I can keep cutting in single track back there. I probably could put in another 5 miles if I wanted to. But just so cool to have this, and now to bring my buddies out there and have them ride with me. It's just awesome. So I don't know. It's going from being a little kid running around and kind of playing war on the back 40 to checking out old mine shafts to riding dirt bikes like this. Man, this is just a total dream. But yeah, here we go, man. Look at that. There's a jump right there. That was my old BMX jump from when I was a kid. We were catching 20, 30 feet of hair off. It was crazy. All right, guys. Well, that does it. Those are the short stories from the back 40 at Twain Harte. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, guys. We'll see you out on the trail. Take it easy.